Assalamu alaikum. We are happy to introduce the Syrian Scholars Initiative, a joint scholarship program implemented by International Christian University, Japan Association for Refugees, and the Japan ICU Foundation. What is the Syrian Scholars Initiative, or SSI? It is a full scholarship for 4 years of undergraduate study at ICU. It covers tuition, accommodation, living expenses, airfare to Japan, and miscellaneous fees such as visa application and health insurance. SSI is offered to Syrian youths currently in Turkey and Egypt. 2 students will receive the scholarship for admission to ICU in September 2022. It is important to note that the application process has 2 steps. First, you must apply for the scholarship, and second, you must apply to the university through the regular admissions process. Being selected as a finalist in Step 1 does not guarantee that you will be admitted to ICU in Step 2, although we will assist you with preparing for the application to ICU. ICU is the university you will be studying at. It stands for International Christian University. ICU is a 4-year liberal arts college in Tokyo. It was ranked the #1 private university in Japan in the Times Higher Education University Rankings for 3 consecutive years from 2019 to 21. As of October 2020, it had approximately 2,900 undergraduate students and 200 graduate students. 36% of its faculty are international, and it offers 31 majors, which will be shown in another slide. It was founded in 1953 as a bilingual university. Currently, about 11% of the student body is international. The Japan ICU Foundation is a nonprofit organization based in New York City. It was founded in 1949 to raise funds to establish ICU in Japan, which was still reeling from the devastation of World War II. For over 70 years, JICUF has been supporting ICU and is the main administrator of this scholarship. This is our 5th year recruiting Syrian students. The first 2 students enrolled at ICU in September 2018, the next 2 students in 2019, and 1 student each in spring and fall this year. If you are selected, you will begin your studies in September 2022. You might be wondering about the Christian nature of the university. You do not have to be Christian to apply. In fact, the majority of students at ICU are not Christian, and only 1% of the Japanese population is Christian. The university is founded on Christian principles, but it does not proselytize, meaning that ICU completely respects the freedom of religion. There is one mandatory course that all students must take, called Introductory to Christianity, but this is a course that looks at Christianity from an academic perspective. One of the SSI students who are already at ICU said that he enjoyed this class the most. ICU welcomes students of all faiths, and there is a multi-faith prayer room. Here are the 31 majors that ICU offers. As you can see, they cover social sciences, humanities, natural sciences, as well as interdisciplinary research, such as peace studies and environmental studies. You can read about each major in detail on the ICU website. Go to Academics, Undergraduate, and Majors. ICU is a bilingual university. This means that all students are expected to become fluent in English and Japanese by the time they graduate. Japanese students typically take an intensive English language program in the first 2 years, while international students take an equally intensive Japanese language program, or JLP. Syrian students will take JLP. JLP has 7 levels, and students will be placed in the appropriate level depending on the results of a placement test. You do not need prior knowledge of Japanese to attend ICU. If you have never studied Japanese, you will start from level 1. Students must complete all 7 levels to graduate. General education and specialized courses are taught in both languages. At the moment, 31% of all courses are taught in English, and ICU is trying to increase this to 40%. Syrian students will likely start by taking courses taught in English. and move on to take courses taught in Japanese. This chart shows what the 4 years of education at ICU looks like. During the first 2 years, students take an intensive language program, general education courses, and some foundation courses. For the general education courses, students are required to take some courses in natural sciences, some in social sciences, and some in humanities to gain a broad knowledge before focusing on their majors. The exposure to a wide variety of disciplines is at the heart of liberal arts education. Students do not have to declare their major until the end of the second year. They will focus more on their specialized fields during the third and fourth years. In their final year, all students must write a senior thesis. At ICU, it is possible to have a single major, double major, or a major and a minor. 80% of students select a single major, but with more effort, it is possible to have more than one major. ICU has a very high employment rate, which is the percentage of students who sought jobs and found employment. Out of 664 graduates in 2019, 15% entered graduate school, and 72% found full-time employment. This ratio has not changed much over the years. Each year, approximately 70% find employment and 20% go to graduate school. It should be noted that 70 to 80% of students majoring in one of the natural science fields pursue graduate studies. Here are the top industries and companies that employed ICU graduates in 2019. Many students go into consulting. If you're interested, the full list of employers is available on the ICU website under Campus Life and Career Path. If you are chosen as the 2022 scholar, you will enter Japan on a student visa. For 1 year after graduation, you are guaranteed residence for job hunting. If you find employment, you will obtain a work visa and will be able to renew it without much difficulty. Even if you do not find employment and do not go to graduate school, the Japanese government currently gives a legal status based on humanitarian concern to all Syrians. After living in Japan for 7 years, including the 4 years at university, you will be able to apply for citizenship with some conditions. Among other things, you will have to gain financial stability and a high proficiency in Japanese. It should also be noted that the Japanese government currently does not allow multiple citizenship, so you will have to be ready to renounce your Syrian nationality. ICU has a robust student life. Here's a list of athletic clubs that students can join. New clubs are constantly being created, so the list is not comprehensive. And here's a list of academic and cultural clubs. It is not on this list, but there is a Middle East Central Asia Research Club, and members of this club have been volunteering to help the Syrian students settle into campus life. ICU has 9 dormitories, and these are photos of the newest one, which houses 320 students. The 4 SSI students who are currently at ICU now live in this dorm. Most rooms are twin rooms, meaning that 2 students share a room, but there are also single rooms. Dorms have shared kitchens and bathrooms. A brand new sports complex opened in late 2019. It's a state-of-the-art facility with a swimming pool, indoor tennis court, multi-purpose court, and dance studio. Here are some comments from the first SSI students who are in their 3rd year of studying at ICU now. You can pause the video to read them. We hope to arrange some sessions this spring, so you will have a chance to hear from one or more of the students who are already studying at ICU. Who is eligible to apply for this scholarship? You must be a Syrian national residing in either Turkey or Egypt. You must be single with no dependents. You must have graduated or will graduate from high school. You must have a good command of English and a strong interest in studying in Japan and the Japanese language. You must also have an interest in pursuing a major offered at ICU. You are not eligible if you are applying for graduate school or are interested in a major not offered at ICU. If you do not have a TOEFL or IELTS score, you cannot apply either. There is no age limit, but those who are more mature and already have established careers will be considered less vulnerable and will not be prioritized. This is the application process. Application will open on September 1st and close on October 15th. A small number of students will be shortlisted and invited for interviews in November. Finalists will be selected by early December, and they will prepare to apply to ICU. The finalists apply to ICU in January of 2022, and admissions results will be announced in February. The two students will travel to Japan in the summer and start their studies at ICU in September. These are the documents that you will need to submit to apply. The online application form will be available on September 1st on the SSI website. Before then, you can prepare by collecting your documents. All documents must be in English or have a certified English translation. Here are the qualities we will be looking at when we screen applications. As explained earlier, you must have either a TOEFL or IELTS score to apply. There are free resources online to help you practice for these tests. We have a very small number of TOEFL vouchers for both Turkey and Egypt. If you are unable to afford the exam, you can apply for a voucher. Please write to information@jicuf.org as soon as possible to receive a link to the application form. The deadline for submitting the application form is May 10th, so please make sure to request the link immediately. There will be a screening process and not all applicants will receive a voucher. Here are some things for you to consider before deciding that this is the right opportunity for you. First, Japan is a distant country. A direct flight from Tokyo to Istanbul or Cairo is about 12 hours long, and there is a 6 or 7 hour time difference. We do not provide financial support to visit family during your studies. Second, Japan is not a Muslim country, and it will not be easy for you to access mosques or appropriate food. The general population does not know much about Islam. Third, the stipend is only enough to support one student and is not meant to support your family. Students are allowed to work part-time, but jobs may not be easy to find. Fourth, there are limitations on your legal status, as explained earlier. As much as we would like to support a large number of students at ICU, we only have the financial capacity to support 2 students each year. For this reason, we recommend that you look for other opportunities to apply to, especially if you're taking TOEFL or IELTS. These English test results can be used to apply for scholarships in other countries too. Last year, UNHCR launched a website for displaced students to find scholarship opportunities around the world. Please check out this website to search for other opportunities. Here are the next steps. If you haven't done so already, you can sign up to receive reminders and updates directly from us. There is a link to sign up on our website. Since everyone must take TOEFL or IELTS, the first thing you need to do is register for one of these tests. If you would like to apply for a voucher, please email us immediately. Remember that it takes 2 weeks for the test results to come out. Therefore, you must take the test by the end of September at the very latest. Here are the important links. To learn more about the university, please visit ICU's website. For information about this scholarship, you can visit JICUF's website. Again, we advise you to sign up to receive updates directly from us. You can also follow us on Facebook for the most recent information. Thank you for your interest and for viewing this video. We look forward to your application. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us.